So this is the ProStation X7. It's one of our pre-designed CAD workstations and it comes in at around £1,500. If you've stumbled across this video and you're unsure as to what a CAD workstation is, these PCs are specifically designed for architects, 3D modelers and graphics designers who may be doing intense rendering on programs such as 3ds Max, AutoCAD and SolidWorks. In this video I'm going to be showing off the PC and then doing some render benchmarks. So without further ado, let's jump into the specs. So the specs for the ProStation X7 are as follows. It's got the Intel i7-6700K CPU and that's paired with the Corsair H45 liquid cooler. The graphics card is the NVIDIA Quadro K2200 with 4GB of VRAM and it's got 16GB of DDR4 Corsair RAM running at 3000 MHz. The motherboard is the ASUS Z170P and it's got a 750 watt modular Corsair power supply. It's got a 250GB SSD and a 2TB Seagate hard drive. It's also got a Samsung optical drive. It's running on Windows 10 Professional 64-bit and the case it's in is the Fractal Design Define R5. So now that I've shown you the specs of the ProStation X7, I'm going to be showing you some benchmarks. Now I'm going to be benchmarking 4 different objects in 3ds Max and I'm going to be using the NVIDIA Mental Ray renderer with these settings that you can see on the screen now. There's 4 different objects as I've said and they've all got different types of polys. So without further ado, let's jump into some benchmarks. So now that you've seen the benchmarks, you can see that the ProStation X7 did really well, especially on the higher poly models. On the Old House and the Village House, these two were the smaller poly models. I think the Old House had 84,000 and the Village House had something like 519,000. But these did take the longest with the 5-hour and the 4-hour time. But that's only because of the amount of textures that we used on the models, and then obviously with these settings that I used they were cranked up to the fullest, so that's why it took so long. It's great to see that it only takes 1 hour and 17 minutes to render that 3 million poly file, which was the robot file, and even 45 minutes for the wooden shield, which was 1 million polys as well. If you're going to be creating models that don't have the highest quality textures, then this is definitely going to be one of the PCs for you, just due to the fact you could render a 3 million poly file in just over 1 hour. The ProStation X7 is definitely a great PC for anybody doing work on CAD workstations, and I definitely recommend it. Obviously, as I said before, even though it is a pre-designed CAD workstation, you can still customize it. So if you want to change out the Quadro card that's already in it, you definitely can do so. If you did enjoy this video, please show me by leaving me a like and a comment. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I've been Matt, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.